Okay, thanks you guys for joining. And lie on your back if you're not there already. Nice deep breaths. And bring your right hand to your heart. And bring your left hand to your belly. And let's just feel that rise and fall of the belly. You notice your heart beating in your chest. Take the soles of your feet together. So come into your butterfly with the soles of your feet together. And just let your knees get heavy. Long breaths. Big, long breath. And you can continue with long breaths, or if you want to shorten your breath, just take your own natural breath here, whatever feels comfortable. Talking today about being intentional, which is a really interesting topic with our Christ-centered yoga practice, because in secular yoga practices, a lot of times teachers will say to set an intention before your class, set an intention before your yoga practice. So what does that mean, and how does that tie into our Christ-centered yoga practice? And we'll talk about that more as we move through our practice today. But being intentional means being focused on accomplishing a specific thing, right? It means doing something on purpose and being deliberate about it. Okay, so that's what it means when we say be intentional about your practice. But it's more than that, as we know as Christian yoga practitioners. In Psalm 143:6, it says, I stretch out my hands to you. My soul longs for you as a parched land. So we're taking this stretching, this intentional stretching out to Jesus. And the Latin root word for intentional means to stretch or to strain. Okay, so it's fitting that we are intentional about our yoga, about our stretching and our straining. So we stretch our hands out to Jesus. Our soul longs for him. We'll talk about that more as we move through our practice. Right now, just take a few more breaths here. And then with your next breath in, let's reach back. Do that big, beautiful, long stretch. Bring it all the way back. Bring your toes forward. Get very, very long. Inhale and stretch a little bit more. And exhale and bring your knees into your chest and squeeze them in really tight. Take your hands to your knees and butterfly your knees in and out. A little farther each time. Taking a couple more here. And then bring your knees back in together and bring your knees in really close to your chest. We want you to lift your tailbone up just a little bit and rock to the left and to the right. So this gets more of your mid and your upper back with your knees in your chest here. And then as you continue to rock, take your knees away from you and notice how that takes it down lower. Takes that movement a little bit lower. See how that feels. And then take that tailbone all the way down and continue to rock to the left and the right. And see how you get that massage into your sacral area, your lower spine. Let's bring it back into center. Nice job. Let's extend the left leg out. Take your right leg nice and high. Interlace your fingers behind your right leg. Flex your right foot. Start working into your hamstrings in that right leg. Draw the toes down. Push the heel up. See if you can draw your leg in a little bit more. A little subtle movement in, working into hamstring. And you can either release that and come back into center and then bring it in, or just stay where you're at and just draw that leg in. And take a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to walk up that leg. Now lifting the head up, scooping your belly down, just see where you want to go with that. And then walk back down. Let's do that again. Walk up the right leg. Walk back down. We'll do that one more time. Maybe you go a little bit farther this time. Walk up. And walk back down. Nice job, you guys. Bend your right knee and take your right leg out to the right side. So we're just going to keep the leg suspended in the air. Okay, just for a little hip opener here on the right side. So just take a couple breaths here. See how that feels. Very nice. And then coming back into center, take your right foot in your right hand. Drop your right knee down on the right side in your half happy baby. Really sinking the right leg down. Working into your inner thigh muscles. You might feel this also a little bit in your hamstrings. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Release, extend that right leg up, gently float it to the ground and lift your left leg with intention. There's that word, with intention. So we're going to flex the left foot, the other right. Interlace your fingers behind your left leg. Again, working into hamstrings on the left side. Sending your left heel up, drawing your left toes down. Push it up. Try to take the bend out of the knee, unless you feel pain there. And again, just hugging that left leg in for this nice deep hamstring stretch here. And you can release it back into center and then draw it in again and release. Or maybe just stay where you are, just hugging that leg and taking a couple of breaths here. Walk up that left leg. Here we go. Take it up. Lift the head, scoop the belly down, and then walk back down. We'll do that again. Walk it up and walk it down. One more time, so you can go a little bit farther up. Lift and release. Beautiful. Bend that left knee. Take it out to the left side. We're starting with a nice light hip opener here. Keeping the leg lifted, just kind of suspended in the air. Take a couple breaths. And then taking your left foot in your left hand, that upside down runner's lunge or half happy baby here on that left side. Sink that knee down. Observe what you're feeling. A few breaths. Let that left leg get heavier and heavier. Super job, you guys. Your right leg in. Take the soles of your feet together. Go into your butterfly legs. Knees are wide. Use your elbows maybe here to send your legs away from you. If you'd like, and take a couple breaths, drawing the feet in towards you. Beautiful job. Hands behind your knees. We're going to do our lovely roll into our spine. So big rolls forward and back. Take your time here. Try to go the full length of your spine. Let's do one more here. And then come up to your crossed legs in a nice comfortable seat and lean back. Hands behind you. Lift your heart space. Bring your shoulder blades together in the back and just take that beautiful big back bend here and breathe into your chest. Big breaths in and big exhales. Two more breaths. Breathe in his peace. All right, awesome. Right hand to your left knee. Twist to the left, look left. If you want to bring your left hand in more, you can. Look over your left shoulder. Find what feels good here. Little breaths. And release. Bring your right hand back to its place. Left hand to the right knee. The same thing on the opposite side. Just a beautiful twist here. Bring your right hand in if you want. Look back. Draw the navel in. Nice job, everybody. Couple more little breaths in your twist. Beautiful. Release. Bring your left hand back to its place. We're going to lift our hips. Subtle movement here. Just take a lift and then lower. And then lift and lower. Just think about your hip creases right here. We're going to lengthen those out as we lift and lower. And then switch your legs out so the opposite leg is in front. And we'll do that again. Lift and lower. See how this side feels with the legs changed out. Lift and lower. And we've got one more here. Let's lift and lower. Beautiful job. Plant your feet on the mat and lift into your reverse tabletop. So bringing those hips all the way up now. And remember, your hands can go any way you want with fingers facing back or forward or to the side, whatever feels best for your shoulders. Notice your neck. You can bring your chin to your chest if you want. If your neck doesn't feel right and you're looking back. And then we're just moving here, forward and back and forward and back. It's a nice movement into those wrists and shoulders. Take a couple more here. And come back in the center. Great job, you guys. Go ahead and gently lower down. Super job. Come back into your crossed legs, your comfortable seat. Take a big, big breath all the way up and forward fold and exhale. And reach forward. Your hips planted. Looking down, breathe into your upper back. Take a few, 2 or 3 deep breaths. Big deep breaths. Let it go. All right, nice job. Go ahead and come back into center. Take a big breath up. Inhale. Bring your hands behind your head as you exhale. Drop your head back into your hands. Elbows wide. Again, we're breathing into the chest. A little bit of a back bend here. Breathe in deeply. As you exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest and look down and bring your elbows together. Elbows come together. Stretching out the back of your neck. Maybe you feel this in your upper back. So let's take in a breath and open it up again. So open it up, lean back. That's your inhale, exhale. Bring the elbows towards each other, chin towards your chest. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, bring it up. Open it up nice and big and exhale. And bring that chin down and look down and gently press into the back of the head. And then coming back into center. Take your right hand to your shoulder and your opposite hand to your ear and just stretch out the side of your neck. Just getting your neck from all these different directions. Press here and just see if you can maybe lengthen that space between your ear and your shoulder. And then we'll switch to the other side. Same thing. Draw the shoulder away from the ear. Nice lengthening on the side of the neck. Nice job, you guys. Take one more breath here. Maybe you get a little bit longer if that feels okay. Maybe you stretch out the side a little bit more. All right, talk about stretching. The Latin root of the word intentional is to stretch or strain. Sort of stretching out the side of the neck. Let's bring it back into center. With your hands on your knees, circle out your head or do anything here that feels nice just to loosen all that up. All that nice work that you did in your neck, just loosen up those muscles. Any way you want to here, just get some movement. Take a couple more. Maybe go a different direction. Back into center. Beautiful. Find your way onto your knees. Come into a strong tabletop, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. All right, let's take that right leg back and tuck your toes and go into a nice calf muscle stretch. So push into the ball of your foot, push your heel back. Take a breath. And then lift your right heel. Take your left arm out, find your hunting dog pose, left thumb up, right toes pointed down. Core is strong and you're looking at your mat. Take a breath here. Take your left arm out to the left side. Your left palm is facing down. And just hold here. Now go for your quad stretch if you want to. It's optional. Taking your left foot and your right foot in your left hand. There we go. Pushing the foot into the hand or grabbing your pants or whatever's available for a quad stretch. All right, let's release and go back into our hunting dog pose. Settle everything down, bring hands, knees back to the mat and press your hips out and let your head hang in the center. Nice job. Come on back into center, you guys. Take your left leg back. Press into the ball of the foot, push the left heel back. Calf muscle stretch. I can feel that. We did some hiking yesterday, so I can definitely feel that. I hope you guys can feel that too. Just get that lengthening there. Take one more breath. And then lift your heel. Lift that left heel. Toes pointed down. Right arm comes out for a hunting dog. Make sure your left wrist is under your left shoulder. Right thumb is up. Your gaze is on your mat. Core is strong. Hold here for another breath. And then taking your left foot in your right hand. Quad stretch. Again, take whatever's available if your foot's not available. Push that foot into your hand. And go ahead and extend the left leg out. Take your right arm out to the right side. I forgot that last time. So just hold here for a breath. Right arm out to the right side. Left toes pointed down. And then drop everything down to your tabletop and press your hips out nice and big. Good job, you guys. Take one more on each side. And then come in the center and find some nice cat and cow work here. So just moving through with your breath. Cat and cow. Make it nice and big today, really big and just slow. And take your time here as you round, you dome your spine. Then you drop that belly down softly, tilting the pelvis out. This is just really one of the most important things you can do for the health of your spine as we age, just keeping this concave and convex movement in our spine. So important. Good at strengthening those muscles too in your back. So just be intentional here, right? We're being intentional today. And take a couple more sets. And then finding your way back into your tabletop and your downward facing dog. All right, super job, everybody. Let's go ahead and find down dog. Check out your alignment. Walk it out when you're ready. And then come center and just send your hips to the right, just your hips. Keep your feet on the ground. And then come back center and switch. Hips to the left. Come center, send your hips to the right. Just really push them out. Think about that right hip. Press it out. Come center and press to the left. Come center and take the right foot to your mat, the top of your right foot to your mat for a nice stretch into the top of your foot. Okay, you can maybe even roll it back a few times. Really good for those toes, keeping your toes nimble. Then any movement here. Some people like to do circles, anything you like. Just working into that right foot. And then we'll release and switch. Other side, same thing. So just start with the top of your foot on your mat. Like get some little pops out of your toes. And then again, you can roll the toes or circle the foot. Some movement into that left foot. All right. Come back into center. Let's walk the hands back to your feet. Take your legs wide and take a nice big forward fold here. So we're going to take the first two fingers around your big toes and just hang here. And let your head hang and let your spine release. Okay, where is your breath? Where is your breath? Decompress your spine, let it hang. Three more breaths. Awesome. Bring your hands to the mat. Toe heel in. Take a half lift. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Reach your feet down into the ground and rise up slowly with your entire spine all the way up. Inhale. Exhale and sit it down. Inhale and take it up nice and big. Exhale and sit it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Take it all the way up, but hold here nice and strong. We're going to take the arms out and twist to the left. Thumbs up. Sweep your left arm under. Take it back up nice and tall and turn to the right. So twist to the right. Thumbs up. Sweep your right arm under. Take it up nice and tall. Take a big fist with your hand and take a back bend here. So gently pressing your hips forward. Take it all the way back. Just as far as you want to. It's your first big back bend here today. So being intentional, right? We're sending the hips forward, taking the hands back. Take another breath here. And then come back into center. Stretch up nice and big here with those hands and come to the right. For a big stretch to the right, looking left. Come back into center. Stretch up nice and big. Look to the right as you take those hands to the left. Take it back into center, nice and big. Reach it up tall. Come into your chair pose. Sit your hips down. Bring your hands to prayer. Hold here for a breath. Lengthen your legs and bring your hands to the mat. So walk forward into your down dog. We're just gonna stay here for a breath. And then walk it right back. So walk back to your feet. Take a half lift, inhale. Exhale and fold. Root into your feet. Rise up strong. Bring it up. We'll just take one big breath and sit it down. Take it back up. Hold it here. Take that twist. Arms out. Thumbs up. Look left. Sweep the left arm under. Come up nice and tall. Take it to the right. Arms out. Thumbs up. Sweep the right arm under. Take it nice and tall. Take a big fist with your hands and take it back. So breathing down into your feet, gently pressing your hips forward, taking the gaze up. And again, just take it where you want to go. Bring it back into center. Reach up big with those hands and stretch to the right. Look left. Bring it back into center. Inhale up, stretch, and go left. Exhale. Bring it back into center. Inhale up, release into your chair pose. Find your chair. Sit into your heels. Sit those hips down. Bring your hands to prayer. Nice job, you guys. Lengthen your legs. Bring your hands to the mat. Walk it forward into your down dog. Take a breath. And walk it back. We're going to go through it one more time. Take a half lift, inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale and rise up strong. Take your breath up with you. Exhale and sit it down. Inhale, take it up. Keep those arms high. We'll twist to the left. Sweep that left arm under. Take it back up to center. Twist to the right. Keep your right arm under. Take it back up to center. Let's cactus your arms back. Just cactus it back. Open the heart space. Let that heart shine. Take a breath here. Bring the arms high. So again, taking a fist, we'll stretch it to the right, peeking left. Come back into center. Stretch it the other way, peek to the right. Bring it back into center. Nice job, you guys. Release. Find your chair. Sit it down. Bring your hands to prayer. Take a breath. You're doing great. Let's drop those hands to the mat. Walk it forward into your downward facing dog. Super job. So step it out here. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, pushing into your left foot, your right leg comes high. Find our warrior one. Flip out your back foot. Come up strong, warrior one. Square everything off. Okay, be intentional. You pay attention to our posture, right? To our alignment. Very nice. Press into that back foot. Bring your body down humbly. Sweep back. Palms facing down, looking down. Take it back up to your warrior one. Let's do that again. Come down, sweep back. Take it back up to warrior one and do it one more time here. Bring it down, sweep it back. Bring it back up to your warrior one. Drop your hands to prayer. Push off with your back foot and find a tree pose. Tree pose, right? Foot on the ground or foot on your tree trunk. Find your focal point. Breathe. Sorry, my music is kind of out today. I'm just kind of going with the phone on low volume. Find a focal point, you guys. Find that tree that you love. Let's take those branches up if you want. Bring your hands back to prayer. Your left leg is going to come back for your high lunge pose. So left leg comes back. You're on the ball of your back foot. Ball of your back foot. Okay, let's take it up. Practice your arms and take it back and lift your heart space. Bring it back up. Bring your hands to the mat. Find your runner's lunge and drop your left knee and find your crescent pose. Take it up to crescent. Bring your hands to prayer. Drop it down. Find your half split. Bring your hips back, fold over, pulling your right toes back in your half split. This is another lovely hamstring stretch. Take about 3 or 4 breaths here. Awesome. Pull those toes back. One more breath. So find your way back into your runner's lunge, and we're going to go into our pyramid pose. So bumping your back foot up, lengthening out your front leg, lengthening out both legs, bowing out over this front leg. And remember your feet are on different tracks, toes pointed forward. You can turn out your back heel also. Some people prefer that in pyramid. See how it feels best for you. We're going to take a couple breaths here. Doing a lot of really great hamstring work today. So good job, guys. So let's bend that front knee, flip out your back foot, rise back up to your warrior one. Really strong. Side angle stretch, right arm down and left arm high. Press that right arm into your right leg. Circle out your top hand a few times. Reverse. And then rise back up to your warrior one. All right, super job. Let's bring those hands to the mat. Right leg comes back, downward facing dog. Take your flow here, finding your plank, elbows close to your body, lower down, strong. Cobra or up dog and a downward facing dog. And remember, guys, you don't have to always do the whole flow. If you want to just do parts of it or whatever you feel up to today. All right, let's take that left leg nice and high. Find your warrior one position. Rising up. Sinking into your warrior one here, left foot forward. We're doing great. We're going to take the body down and sweep back. Bring it back up with the breath. Really use that breath. Exhale, sweep it back. Bring it up with the breath. We'll do one more. Exhale, sweep it back. Take it up with the breath. Drop your hands to prayer. Push off into your tree pose. Whichever tree pose works for you. Foot on the ground or foot on your tree trunk and your focal point. Maybe bring your branches out if you'd like. All right, let's bring our hands back into prayer. And we're going to go into our high lunge. So the right leg comes back. You're on the ball of that back foot. Okay, right heel is up. In your high lunge or high crescent position. Nice job, you guys. Feel those nice, strong legs. Cactus it back with cactus arms. Take it back up. Bring your hands to the mat. Find your runner's lunge. Find your crescent pose. Right knee down. Take it up for your crescent. Bring those hands together in prayer. Bring your hands to the mat. Find your half splits and sit it back. Again, we're pulling the toes back. We're folding over, drawing the navel in. Take a few breaths here. Intentional about your hamstrings, right? All right, coming back into runner's lunge. We're going to go right into our pyramid. We're going to bump that back foot up. Pyramid pose, legs lengthened. Need to keep a bend in your knee. That's okay too. Go to your edge where you're getting your best hamstring stretch here. All right, so nice. Flip out your back foot, rise up to your warrior one pose. We're back in that warrior one where we started, right? Your hands to the mat. I'm sorry. Left hand down, right arm high. Almost forgot this part. Circle out your right hand in your side angle stretch. And reverse. And rise back up to your warrior one. And then we bring those hands to the mat. Left leg comes back, downward dog. Go ahead and take your vinyasa, your flow. And again, if you just want to go even from plank to up dog, into your down dog today, maybe you want to modify, that's perfectly great. And then coming into a child's pose. And maybe today you try knees together for your child's pose with your arms at your sides and your head on your mat. Or maybe you go for a traditional child's pose with your knees wide. It's completely up to you. Okay, so being intentional. What does that mean in our yoga practice? Psalm 143:6, again, it says, excuse me, I stretch out my hands to you, my soul longs for you as a parched land. So the root word of intentional means to stretch or to strain. Again, it's very fitting that we are very intentional about our yoga practice, about our stretching and our straining, but also about our relationship with God, right? Our soul longs for him as a parched land. So just taking a moment here, thinking about how it is important to be intentional about our yoga practice, but how that also works into our Christ-centered yoga practice about being intentional about our faith, reaching out for Jesus. Couple more breaths here. All right, let's find our way into our tabletop and our downward dog. I'm gonna go through it again. Here we go, right leg high, warrior one. Look out your back foot, rise up. Here we go, take it down, sweep back. Rise up strong. Exhale, take it down, sweep back. Rise up strong, bring your hands to prayer. Find your tree pose. Take a breath. We'll go through it a little faster this time, right? Now we know what we're doing. Let's find our high lunge or high crescent, left leg back. Take that arms high, find your cactus arms, lean back. And then stretch it up, bring your hands to the mat. Find runner's lunge, drop your left knee, come into your low crescent, your low lunge. Take it all the way up and back. And then go to your half split. Sit it back. Pull your right toes back. Take a breath. Find your runner's lunge and your pyramid pose. So we bump that back foot up. We're in pyramid. We'll take a couple breaths here. All right, bend that front knee, flip out your back foot. You're back in your warrior one. And then we go down into that side angle stretch. Right arm down, left arm high. Circle out your left wrist a few times and reverse. Back to warrior one. Bring your hands to the mat. Right leg comes back, downward dog. Let's go ahead and take that vinyasa. However you like to take it. Back into your down dog. All right, left leg high. Warrior one. Got your back foot. Good job, everybody. Here we go. Take it down, sweep it back. Inhale up. Take it down, sweep it back. Inhale up. Take it down, sweep it back, bring it up. Take your hands to prayer. Tree pose. Left standing foot so nice and strong. Take a breath. Find our high lunge now. Right leg back. Arms high. Cactus it back. Lift your heart space. Take it back up. Bring your hands to the mat. Find your runner's lunge. And then drop your right knee. Find your crescent. Take it back. Bring it down to your half splits. You all are doing great. Good movement here. Such great hamstring work. Take a breath in your half split. Runner's lunge and pyramid pose. Bow it out. Let the head hang. Take a breath or two here. All right, bend that front knee, flip out your back foot. Here you go, back into your warrior one. And side angle stretch, left arm down and right arm high. We circle out that tap wrist a few times. And reverse. Then we come back into that strong warrior one position. We bring the hands to the mat, left leg back, downward dog. There you go, one more flow, take it or leave it, your choice. Then we come back to down dog and find your child's pose. So again, maybe you want to take your knees together today, maybe a different child's pose, or maybe your knees are wide, you bring your hands to prayer at the base of your head. Maybe try something different today in your child's pose, and we'll just breathe here. Continuing to breathe here. So how can you be more intentional with your yoga practice? And how can you be more intentional with your Christ-centered yoga practice? And I just love this visual of us reaching out for him, because we do that in some of our poses, right? And even like in our tree pose, we're reaching out with our arms extended. Or in our warrior one. How are we more intentional in our practice, and how are we more intentional in our faith? How do we put those two together? Let's just think about that for 5 or 6 more breaths here. All right, one more breath here. And then come on forward onto your belly. And let's just take our arms out to our sides. Okay, so think about making like an arrow shape with your arms and your head, like you're the head of an arrow, like a big V shape. And so we're just gonna come up, bring everything off the mat, palms facing down, lift your chest. Okay, bring your shoulder blades together. Take in one more breath. Inhale and lift. exhale and release. Come on down and take the side of your face to your mat and rest. All right, bring it on back into center. So we're gonna do that one more time. Same thing, make that nice big V shape or arrow shape with your head and arms and body and lift. See if you can lift a little bit more. Try to keep your big toes together. Lift that chest, breathe in. Exhale, release. Take the other side and rest. All right, let's bring that head back to center. Gently press up to your tabletop. Move your hands forward. Take those big, wonderful circles with your hips. Press them all the way out, nice and slow. Breathe. Take one more this way, and then reverse. Big circles. Oh, very good. Take one or two more this way. Bring it back in the center. Find your way to your back. Y'all are doing great. Super job. Bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze them in. And your left leg out. Keep your right knee bent. Interlace your fingers at your lower right leg and really squeeze your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Squeeze it in nice and tight. And then release and exhale. And take your right knee out to the right side. So let your right knee, your right leg rest on the ground, your right foot on the ground. A bigger hip opener than that first one we took earlier in class. Breathe into it. One more breath here. And then we twist. So tucking left hip under right, if you want to, and then right knee over. Lift your right hand for your twist. A few little breaths here. Awesome. Unwind. Bring it back into center. Let's do that left side. So right leg out, left knee in, squeeze it in tight, aim it towards your left shoulder. That left knee. So a little bit of an angle there. Squeeze it in. And then release. Go to your nice big hip opener on the left side. A few breaths. And then just bring it to center and we'll twist. Again, you can tuck right hip under left. Left arm out, lift your left hand. Breathe. All right, let's release. Come back into center. Square up your hips. Rock it out to the left and right. And then go anywhere you want with this. You can stay rocking or you can go to your happy baby. Shoulder stand. A big straddle with your legs, a big wide V, anything you want. Certainly legs in the air, always nice. few more. You can switch it out. You can change it up. A few more of anything you like. Back in the center, drop your knees to your chest. And then inhale big, reach all the way back, stretch it out. Good job, point your toes forward, reach. Interlace your fingers, press your palms back. Get very long here. Take in one more breath as you stretch. And then exhale and release, knees in, head to knees and knees to head. There you go. Walk your legs out. Take your legs wide. Put your arms to your sides, palms up. Breathe in deeply into the belly. One more time here. Exhale and let it go. Just softly breathe. Allow everything to rest. Let your feet rest. Your lower legs and your upper legs rest. Let your hips rest. Your lower back and your mid and your upper back rest. Let your shoulders and your arms rest. And let your hands fully rest. Noticing belly and chest, allow that area to rest. Your neck and your jaw and your mouth and your tongue rest. Give yourself permission as you allow all of your face to rest and allow your entire head to rest. Then coming back to your breath. So how can we be more intentional about stretching our bodies, and how can we be more intentional about stretching our faith towards Jesus? Okay, maybe we need to get out of our comfort zones. Probably the first time you took a yoga class, you were out of your comfort zone. I know I was. Maybe you need to go deeper and farther with your faith or with your relationship with Jesus into that zone of newness and discomfort to experience more growth. Just like if you hadn't started yoga, you wouldn't have experienced the benefits and the growth from the yoga. So that our relationship with Jesus, going into that zone of newness, maybe a zone of discomfort, experience growth. So let's take a moment here, excuse me, just to rest and breathe and reflect on this idea of being intentional, this idea of stretching ourselves, stretching our faith. Great. And let's go ahead and bring back movement into your body and your head, your arms and your legs. Just awaken everything slowly. Roll over to your right side. Stay there for just a bit. And then come up to a comfortable seat. Yay, you guys, you did great. We'll finish up with our prayer. Here's Heavenly Father God. Lord, thank you for our Christ-centered yoga practice and this time to stretch our bodies and to think about how that correlates to stretching our faith and sometimes getting out of our comfort zone. And show us how we can stretch more for you. God, I thank you for this time together with these wonderful people. I pray this time together has blessed them from the inside out and from top to bottom, and that they feel renewed and refreshed because of you. And we just thank you, God, for all that you did for us on the cross, that you took the punishment of all of our sins. We're just so grateful. We just thank you for it. We love you, and we give you all the glory, all the honor, all the praise. It's in your holy and precious name that we pray. Amen and amen. Great. Thanks, you guys. Fabulous job. Thank you so much for joining me today.